2 years ago, I made a complete analysis of Chapter 1's story. I'm back again for Chapter 2. The start of Chapter 2 was about introducing the almost 10 million players to a new world. This is unlike anything that's happened before. We've had map variations, but this was a completely different landmass known internally as Apollo, and would replace the Athena Island used in prior seasons. The party was just getting started. Epic went all out on an entirely new battle pass, new weapons such as the Banjo-Bazooka and the motorboat, and it was just getting started. With new locations such as Sweaty Sands and Steamy Stacks, Dirty Docks, and so many more. The reformation of the island have been completed. The Zero Point and the bridge are still intact, and IO's best have been sent to explore this new landmass. This group would be codenamed EGO and would set up outposts around the island to study it more, but they weren't alone. Another group called ALTER had created carbon copies of the Ego agents. Alter would then try and fight back, for example creating loads of carbon copies of Sludge to fight Ripley. The battle was just getting started, and it was about to get much more interesting. This season ended up being the longest ever Fortnite season, running from October 2019 to February 2020, but it gave players all the more time to soak in this new world. After a whopping 18 weeks, people would start to notice that the middle of the map would start to change and turn golden, and this would signify the start of Season 2's events and storyline going forward. To pass the time, there are a few events. For example, there was the Fortnite Mares event, as well as the Christmas event, which led up until the end of the season. There was even a movie screening for Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker held at Risky Rills. However, with a season full of delays and pushbacks, fans were eager to see where the storyline would go next. Two opposing factions, now renamed Ghost and Shadow from Ego and Alter, have been at war with each other for a while now, and the battle is only getting stronger. Midas would activate sleeper agents such as Lynx, Peely the Banana, and more, to try and gather intel on the opposing faction. 4 different spy bases were set up across the island, the Grotto led by Brutus, the Rig led by TNTina, both of them part of Shadow, the Shark led by Sky, and the Yacht, led by Meowscles, both of them part of Ghost, and led by Midas, who resided in the centre of the map, in a building known as the Agency. However, while everyone was fighting with each other and spying on each other, gathering intel, Midas and his daughter Jules began work on a contraption simply known as the Device, which would be the main event for the end of the season. As the storm began to close in on the Agency, the Device was activated. And just like that, the event was over. The device successfully pushed back the storm. But at what cost? The world was destabilizing. It wasn't the end. There was something amiss.
No, everything is not stable over here. We are Janice, dial the resonance actuator to 7.2. Now, please, yes, right now.
I'm on it.
Wait, hold on. It's not just a storm. What does that mean? Must be connected to the loop. There's no way we could have predicted that it would react this. And that worked? How long do you think it'll hold? Good. Everything is, starting to stabilize here. Nothing seems to be... What the... Are you even... Wait. Can you hear me? Hear me?
Midas's machine had failed, and in its wake lay an island flooded beyond repair. Midas had failed. He was alone, desolate, ruined as the former leader of Ghost. The agency is left in ruin. And he gets eaten by a fucking shark. This season is a joke. Everyone's having a good time. The island is all flooded and everything, but people are living up like it's 1984. More on that later. A wall collapsed and flooded the entire island. The agency, now destroyed, is rebuilt into the Authority, which is now owned by a shadow. What's left of the rig after the wreckage becomes the Fortilla, which is the new base for Ghost. Meowscles now has his own place, Catty Corner, because he got kicked out of his yacht by Deadpool last season. Oh yeah, Deadpool was in last season. I can tell you that because in this season, absolutely fucking nothing happened except for the water levels going down week by week. Like last season with Deadpool, Aquaman was this season's sort of tie-in, and I've literally explained the entire season by the time this trailer has ended. So yeah, this was kind of a filler season, but just because it wasn't a good season story-wise doesn't mean the season was bad. This season actually added quite a lot of cool new things. With that being said, however, this was the shortest season in Chapter 2. Considering that Season 1 and Season 2 were extended, Season 3 was a shorter than normal season. Except if you're on an iPhone, because it's still Season 3 on the iOS store. Epic Games Big Bad, Apple Big Bad, also Google Big Bad. It's nothing to do with the Fortnite law, it's to do with real life law. They had lawsuits, Big Bad, there. Who cares? Moving on. But anyway... For once, the island was back to its pre-Season 3 days, where there was no drama and no story. The water level was going down and down, week by week, and eventually the island would be back to normal. One of the main characters died, a shark attack, still ridiculous, I can't believe that. A spaceship crashed here and there. That's definitely not setting up the events for Season 4, and there's definitely not a huge partnership with Marvel coming up. Spoiler alert, all of that was true, by the way, if you couldn't tell. This season was a wet dream to any Marvel fan who read the comics. Even if you didn't read the comics, this was really exciting. Thor, She-Hulk, Iron Man, Groot, Doctor Doom, they all got brought to the island, all to stop the evil threat looming, which was Galactus. Parts of the Marvel world were being brought into the Fortnite world, such as Ant-Man's Manor, a large statue of Black Panther, and more. Gone were Ghost and Shadow, Ego and Alter, disbanded over this new threat of the island. Galactus was hungry, and Apollo was his next target. Tony Stark over the weeks would set up rift beacons, bringing more and more locations from the Marvel Cinematic Universe into Fortnite, including the Stark Industries facility, where the Marvel crew would work to stop Galactus once and for all. Week by week, Galactus would come closer and closer to the island, dwarfing everything in size. But 14 weeks later, Tony Stark was finished. The plan to defeat Galactus was in full effect.
Welcome to the party. You look like someone who needs a jetpack. There you go. We gotta stop Galactus from eating the 0 point. You are free, right? Are going berserk. By my calculations, if Galactus keeps absorbing the 0 point at that rate, we'll all be looking at a full reality collapse in... Doesn't matter. You know, the point is, we gotta move. You can drive a battle bus, right? Beginning transport, now. And away we go. Okay, so I took the liberty of tinkering with your reality a bit. It's really no big deal. You can thank me later. I hacked your time loop thingy, made a few billion battle bus clones, and then turned them all into very powerful bombs. We need to get Galactus to eat as many buses as possible before he's done with the 0 point. If everything goes right, it'll open a portal and send him back where he came from. Hey, look, attack drones. Cute. You know, I was hoping we'd have an excuse to try out the battle bus's laser cannons. Give them a try.
Whoa!
Oh, almost forgot. Your lasers won't do much to the big guy, but they should make short work of those drones.
What the heck? Is this even Fortnite anymore?
Look at that. You're a natural. Stay on target and don't explode.
Is this even Fortnite anymore? Can I shoot? Is this another player right now? Can I, like, fuck him up? Yeah, take that. Oh shit, I'm getting blown up.
I didn't really get a chance to test it, so it might be a little, like a bus-like.
Oh my god, this is on another level. I was not expecting this.
You're driving a bomb, so let's be careful out there.
I wonder if all the other people in the lobby are like flying around me, helping destroy these. Because that is sick. Oh, fuck.
Wow, that is really beautiful. Also really bad.
I can't control anything.
0 point now.
I missed the drone. No! Stop attacking me, please!
Okay, this is funny. Don't panic, but I think he spotted you. Hey, Blondie, got a bus over here that's getting a little hot.
Fear not. I shall divert your strange war wagon.
Plain English, Renfair. Driver, we're taking you up his arm. Just keep flying north and try not to let it freak you out, okay?
What the fuck? Oh, it's like the fucking Death Star.
Definitely out to get you. Good news, I got the stereo working.
This is literally like the fucking Death Star where you go through like the canals. And you go through like this tiny little point. It blows the fucking Death Star up. I don't know why I just explained the ending of Star Wars, but there you go, spoiler alert. Well, ending to one of the Star Wars films.
Wow, I am picking up a lot of robots. Yo, mutton chops. Think you could give us a hand?
Get me up there, bub. Joy, he's all yours.
Looks like he's taking the bait. Let's get you out of there. If this works, it's return to sender for all of us. And if it doesn't work, well, we had some laughs, right? Either way, you did good.
This is not possible.
You did it! Thank you, bus driver.
They did it! We're still here!
Yeah, but the 0 point is exposed. You have to go in.
Oh, come on. Last thing we need is another snapshot of me inside the loop.
No. The last thing we need is someone escaping the loop. You need to get in there and fix it.
Understood, ma'am. I'm on it.
And do not draw the attention of the 7. Jones, are you there?
I just need to stabilize the 0 point and reseal the bridge, but not let anyone escape. Easy, right? Okay. Locate the best hunters across all realities.
Signatures triangulated and defined. Execute.
This better work.
The island was nearly wiped out a second time by Galactus, but while the island was saved and Galactus was defeated, the 0 point is still damaged, and it's causing havoc The Zero Point had manipulated the terrain and matter around it to create some desert-like structures. But with the Zero Point exposed, anyone could leave the island, which is exactly what Midas was trying to stop with his device. In the opening cutscene, Jonesy was instructed by a mysterious person to stop people from leaving the loop. And as such, recruits many people from many different realities, some from other games, including Street Fighter, Chun-Li and Ryu, Xenomorph, Sarah Connor and T-800 from the Terminator, Kratos from God of War, Master Chief from Halo, and the Mandalorian from Star Wars, along with many others. While jumping between these realities, Jonesy would leave behind reality logs for the I.O. While Jonesy was hopping between his dimensions, he was actually overloading the Zero Point more, and I.O. were doing nothing about the situation at hand.
Reality log doesn't even matter. What's the point of recording these logs if you're not going to listen? We've lost control of the Zero Point. Do you get what that means? You must not, because you're doing nothing. I've dedicated my life to the Order. I've given everything. And for what? To just sit back and watch reality end? That's not who we are. At least it's not who I am. Not anymore. This is Agent Jones requesting access to restricted file 8752. This is Agent Jones requesting access to restricted file 8752. Oh, really? No time to stabilize reality, but plenty of time to revoke my credentials. This is Agent Jones requesting access to all materials related to the Seven. Oh, great! Okay, if you're not going to give me what I need, I'm just going to have to take it.
After hearing about what I.O. have done, Agent Jonesy recorded 2 personal reality logs for himself, detailing how he looked up to I.O. his entire life, as well as trying to find out more information about the Seven, which obviously I.O. has restricted him to, but he was not going to stop, even though he was instructed not to. With Jonesy leaving I.O. for good, we learn more about what goes on behind the scenes. I.O. have been controlling the entire Battle Royale since the very beginning. Everything from loot chests, to storm phases, to loot llamas, etc, etc. It all gets so meta from here on out. The Battle Royale you're playing isn't just a game to you, it's also a game to them, and it's all part of their master plan. In doing all this, they manipulated the Seven during the end event in Season X. I.O. have been working undercover, they never got disbanded. They've been there since the very beginning of Apollo with the Ego team. And there are people like Midas who wanted to stop I.O., putting an end to all this, defeating the Storm, and setting everyone free from this reality of eternity. What Jonesy has done by recruiting these hunters is getting more and more people trapped inside, trapped in this unstable reality, with timelines shifting left and right, whether that be from different gaming universes or Marvel comics. Zero Point controls all realities, real life and fictional, bridging that gap and creating its own metaverse, all connected through the in-between, which was featured all the way back in Season 6, Chapter 1. We are at the center of it. The Fortnite Islands have been in Reality Zero, center of all reality in the Omniverse. There's only one thing that Jonesy needs to do. He needs to contact the Seven before reality collapses before him. Even though I.O. and the Seven haven't got along well, Jonesy needs to bank on this to help him restabilize the Zero Point.
The Zero Point is imploding. We've lost control. Save yourself.
If I don't stop this, it could destroy all existence.
You have your orders. Now get out of there.
I'm gonna do what we should have done from the very start. I'm going to the Seven.
You took an oath. You're betraying everything we stood for you.
I'm gonna need that. Over here.
Do not confront the Seven. Jones! Jones!
Come on, come on. Unbelievable. It actually worked. Look, I know you have no reason to trust me, but... Oh no. Hang on! Let's talk! Let's talk! Geno! I can get you to Geno.
And the sisters?
I can get you all of them. But I need your help to fix that.
You have a deal. For now.
Oh, that's very reassuring.
Time to get to work. That's our ticket home. Do not make me regret this. And get that looper ready. We don't have much time.
Looper? You again?
Never mind. Look sharp. We're saving reality.
What did you do to the 0 point?
It wasn't me. There was...
With this level of entanglement, I don't know if I can fix it.
We're not giving up.
Who said anything about giving up? Stand by. Once the 0 point starts to bloom, there's no going back.
We've got portals. Not good.
Those aren't portals. Reality is breaking down.
So, we should close them?
What do you think?
Yep, gotcha. We're on it. Yes, got it.
Instability will only get worse from here. Watch out for reality waves.
Copy. We'll keep watch. Reality waves can change anything in the blink of... I'm a butterfly.
That was a big one. Everything all right down there?
I'm a butterfly now, so... No! I guess you're up. I'm gonna need you to be my eyes and ears, and arms, and legs. You're gonna have to close those portals. Can you handle it? Haha, of course you can. Let's go. Head back to the portals. There is no way this is good, but it is beautiful.
Good work. But I'm gonna need more time. Keep going.
Copy that! I see 3 more portals, but that next one is really far. I wish we could... Whoa, whoa, whoa! I can teleport? Get down! We're gonna need to find a way past the hunters. Actually, never mind. You look amazing!
I've spent my whole life studying the 0 point. And this is the first time I've really seen it.
We need to move faster. I can't keep this up forever.
Hang on! I'm getting us to that 3rd portal.
So the wolves are new, right?
Whoa! Alternate realities are breaking through. We gotta keep moving. wait! Sneaky with us, sneaky with us, sneaky with us! I feel like reality just doesn't like me. It's a good look. It suits you. How are we looking up there?
It's too much. You have to keep going.
We've only got one left. Hold on. We got company. Use one of those reality waves right about now. Well done. That's the last one! I think we got it! Whoa. That's intense. Okay, this next step is critical. Everything okay up there?
It's not enough. I can't stop it. But I might be able to contain the blast.
Must be sealing up something. You don't have to do this! You're not leaving until this is done. He needs our help. Come on!
Chance. You need to seal off the 0 point and overload the device.
Overload the device? I'll be trapped in the loop!
We'll both have to find our way back. No matter what happens, do not give up. I will find you, and you will tell me everything.
You have my word! Here we go!
The resulting reality wave caused the island to plunge into wildness, with feral animals roaming, and with the center of the island being a giant spire with the 0 point contained in it. And with the 0 point encased in this spire, IO have given up and gone into hiding. With the whole island going primal, it was a fight for survival, a survival of the fittest. Week by week, strange crystals begun to form around the spire. While in the process of finding these crystals, they discover strange messages from Jones and the Foundation. However, while trying to find these crystals, they would soon discover that former members of IO who didn't leave the island would become Spire Guardians and try and protect the central spire. Alongside this story, a comic from DC would be released going into more detail and backstory about this whole escapade. This is known as the Batman x Fortnite 0 Point comic series. I'm not going to be going into the lore of the comics too much, but there is further reading if you do want some more of that backstory. It goes into extortionate detail on how the loop works and functions, so check it out if you're interested. Because of that, it's completely separate from the main lore and I won't be covering it in this video, so I hope you understand that. Upon further investigation of the crystals, you find out that someone else has also been investigating the crystals, a guy called Raz. He begins to work together with you to find out what's up with these crystals and decipher the hidden messages that Jonesy has been leaving behind. Raz then asks for more information and tasks the player to go around and try and find all the snapshots of Jonesy on the island. Snapshot is a point in time where Jonesy has left the loop at certain points in his life. for example Bunker Jonesy, the codename Elf Christmas skin, as well as any other skin that resembles Jonesy in any way, shape or form. None of Jonesy's snapshots remember anything except Jonesy the First, aka the very first default skin from Fortnite Chapter 1. He reveals the role of the Spire Guardians and what they're doing to protect the Spire. Their role was to protect the Spire at all costs, to prevent it from corrupting and exploiting people. After hearing this information, the player then rushes back to Raz, however it's too late, as Raz has been corrupted, just like what the Spire Guardians were trying to protect any other people from. Raz was corrupted by a piece of the Spire's core and becomes Glyphmaster Raz, infused with the power of the 0-point crystals, and turns against the player. This wasn't the only thing wrong, as this would attract some strange supernatural behaviour, which would be more apparent as the season progressed throughout the weeks. Strange things would start to happen on the surrounding islands that are around the main one, and alien propaganda posters will begin to appear on the island, and IO would try and shut down those posters, and IO would try to shut down any rumours of this even happening, and suppress any warnings the posters were giving to people. But unfortunately, the alien rumours were true, as UFOs arrive and begin to adopt players and begin to investigate Raz's strange powers.
Then, the rest of them showed up.
No stranger to strange phenomena. Never before have we seen anything quite like this.
Alright, listen up. We don't have much time. We now stand at the brink of war. With an enemy we do not understand. We face impossible odds. And invaders within our ranks. But we have something they don't. A reason to fight! Whether you've always been here, or you're a visitor from another star, this island is ours. And if it's war they want, we'll give it to them!
Sloan's introduction there couldn't have explained the season any better. We're with war with aliens. They call themselves the Last Reality, and they intend to live up to their name with their goal of taking over all of reality. The alien mothership arrives and encapsulates the entire island, and they attempt to blow up the Spire in the middle and absorb the 0-Point's power. However, to their surprise, the 0-Point isn't inside the Spire anymore, due to the fact that it was relocated down to the bridge to help Batman during the Batman x Fortnite 0-Point comic series. The resulting events also led to the leader of the Seven, aka the Foundation, to be ejected into an alternate reality that was featured in said comics. While cracking the Spire, the 0-Point destabilizes again and sends out another wave, causing the island and surrounding areas to change again, transforming it away from the primal sort of season that we had prior. Because of the catastrophic failure to absorb the 0-Point's power, the Last Reality invaded the whole island, and as such, IO came out of hiding to fight back, with their leader being Dr. Sloan. Several satellite stations would be set up across the island to track the mothership and its future movements. There would also be a secret underground base underneath the crop circles of Colony Complex. But it didn't take long to find out that there was a traitor in IO, a mole who was relaying information back to the last reality. And using this information, the mothership would move accordingly, deploying sources that would abduct random people and points of interest for experiments and conducting research, as well as holding them captive and terrorizing the locals on the island. As well as that, alien parasites and eggs have been deployed onto the island, where they attach themselves to animals and others. Over the next couple of weeks, the last reality will take over more and more points of interest. It will convert holly hedges into holly hatchery, and spread alien flora and encapsulate the location into an anti-gravity field. In the meantime, Dr. Sloan is still trying to find the mole who is leaking all of IO's plans to the aliens. The mothership then continues on its rampage by taking over Slurpy Swamp and breaking off chunks of the landmass for further investigation on how the Slurp factory works. While this is happening, agents on the ground would set up billboards with subliminal messaging to convince the islanders to submit to the aliens, as well as buy into whatever they want them to. However, despite all this wasn't the biggest thing the last reality would do. From the subliminal messaging to the abduction of points of interest, their biggest plan was to read every single person's mind, while at the same time taking them on a musical journey like no other, formerly known as the Rift Tour. The Rift Tour would take every single player through magical new realities, take them on the ride of their life, with a musical collaboration with Ariana Grande as well. The whole event was a visualization of the mind and where it can take you, letting your mind roam free with imagination and creativity, while at the same time bringing back memories and making the aliens gain a deeper understanding of the island's history and lore, as well as more about the Zero Point and the Foundation, and also the entire metaverse and multiple realities surrounding it. The Rift Tour made everyone let themselves loose, their mind run wild, and turned up to 11. On a completely unrelated note, the Imposters game mode was released to everyone and showed off a deeper look at what the bridge was about. It was the first time the bridge would be publicly shown ever, and would give an inside look on how it worked and what the IO was up to. They controlled everything from storm circles to chests to llamas and supply drops. I mentioned how meta this was in the section where I went over Season 5's lore. I'm not going to be repeating it here, but you can check back to that section of the video to learn more. Giving us a deeper look inside the bridge revealed that multiple members of IO would begin to break away, just like John Jones did in his betrayal with Dr. Sloan and trusting the Seven instead. We also learn what happened to the Zero Point, as it has been successfully recontained in its own chamber and is stable and undamaged, thanks to it sealed within the Spire by the Foundation and Jonesy in the Zero Point finale mission at the start of Season 6. IO will continue to work on their countermeasure being developed underneath Corny Complex in their main base. The mothership now had set sights on Coral Castle and would begin to break it apart just like it did with Slurpy Swamp. With the investigation and research on the aliens, Dr. Sloan would find out that the last reality using the cube's energy patterns in all of their devices, which is the same cube that was seen in Season 6 and also the same one that is powering the entire island at Steamy Stacks. In learning this, the countermeasure is encapsulated in cubed energy until it is complete, and so it isn't detected by the aliens prematurely before it's complete. The plan was to sacrifice the IO base underneath Corny Complex and get the aliens to abduct it and crack it apart, just like they did with the other points of interest, while at the same time absorbing the countermeasure, which would leave them wide open for attack. The player would then bait the mothership into coming over and abducting the Corny Complex base underground, while at the same time preparations were being made at the base to deploy thousands and thousands of bombs. After a set time, these bombs will detonate and destroy the mothership once and for all. However, as the mothership was abducting Corny Complex, a mole in IO would attempt to arm the bombs early and disrupt the entire plan. The mole was eventually discovered, and the intentions of the mole were to confront the aliens and convince them to save the world instead of destroying it. After the mole had been dealt with, the plan was back in action, and the islanders were warned about the impending doom the mothership would cause after it had been blown up with the countermeasure and the various bombs that were attached to the landmass that was being abducted as bait. With everything finally in place, it was time to destroy the alien mothership and end the war once and for all. It was time to commence Operation Skyfire.
Okay, here we go. Hold tight.
They didn't arm you, and troops are everywhere. They might be onto us. I found the abduction chamber housing the bombs. Once this patrol passes, I'll get you out of here. Okay, go. We don't have much time. Okay, they're gone. Give me a moment. I got it. Let's go. If you get seen, get across the bridge as quickly as you can. You've been spotted. Keep moving. Hostiles ahead. Watch out! I've sealed them in. Okay, give me a second to think. There's a transport tube up ahead. That may work. There. That transport tube will get you past their patrols. These aren't intended for organics. Let's hope that's not an issue. You seem to be safe. For now, stay alert. There should be another transport tube ahead. Looks like I'll have to reverse the airflow. Give me a moment. Okay, hold on. Just need to... Okay, and then... And done. Get in the tubes. This will take you right to the abduction chamber. Bombs are in place. I'll get things ready on my end. You keep those backpacks near the bombs. Okay, I'm gonna start the arming sequence. What's happening? The signal was cut off. I'll figure this out. Just stay alive. This is impossible. We thought it was gone for good. Last time it nearly destroyed the island. hard and fast. I need to weaponize your packs. Brace yourselves! Get to the windows. We have to arm those bombs, now! Arming sequence is good. Almost there. And we're done. You played your part. Now I have to play mine. We are fighting a war in which we are hopelessly outgunned. I won't bring you home. Not if there is a chance that thing can make it back to the island. Over and out. You should have known we'd return. You thought you saved your little reality. All you did was prepare it for us. So go on and gather what's left of your army. Ready your defenses. And know that when we are done, only nothing will remain.
Can I just say I love how the Cube Queen sets up the season in that trailer. That's why I left it in, and I really wanted to put emphasis on that. After being knocked out by a piece of the mothership back in the Skyfire event at the end of Season 7, multiple cubes were spread around the island, including a golden cube and a blue cube, as well as 4 other pink cubes. This included the cube that was in steamy stacks since the very first season in Chapter 2. These cubes would go around corrupting the entire island, especially the orange cube, which was the leader of the entire cubes. However, there was one cube that worked quite differently. The blue cube would go around breathing life into corrupted structures. Whether they liked it or not, IO had made the problem worse, and Dr. Sloan and the entirety of the Imagined Order had already started cleanup efforts and headed to a secret bunker, while at the same time gathering as much alien technology and transforming it away for research as possible. The entire convoy would move around the map and set up multiple different bases during the course of the season. Also during the course of the season, the golden cube would roll around the island and begin to activate the 6 other cubes. Unfortunately, this time around, since we're tracking 6 cubes at once, there isn't really a reliable cube tracking information that has been archived, but there has been a summarized version that has been written up. All cube movement times will be in Eastern Standard Time. On the 19th of September at 12, the golden cube moved near the Timber Tent cube and begins to awaken it. On the 20th at 10 o'clock, the awakening would finish and the golden cube would start to roll again from 12:15 Eastern to 12:50 Eastern. The cube that would awaken would eventually create 6 smaller purple cubes of various sizes. These smaller cubes will not be tracked, but they do follow the bigger cube. On the 23rd of September at 2 PM Eastern, the golden cube arrives at Pleasant Park and activates it. The second activation ends on the 24th at 12, and the cube begins to roll again at 2:18 until 2:50. On the 28th, a cube came out of steamy stacks. This was the original cube that was seen at Season 5 and the End event. This cube and the golden cube would eventually meet up on the 28th at 12 PM and would begin to awaken until 6 PM the same day. A day later at 4 PM, the golden cube arrives at Destroyed Dish and awakens that cube from 4:15 to 4:50 on the 30th of September. A day later, on the 1st of October, the golden cube arrives at Misty Meadows at 6 PM and awakens the cube from 6:13 to 6:48 on the 2nd. The golden cube passes Hydro 16 power plant and begins to head towards Slodgy Swamp. On the 5th of October at 8 PM, it activates the final cube near Weeping Woods. On the 6th of October from 8:13 to 8:50, the cube will be activated. Over the course of the next 6 days, the golden cube would eventually return to the middle, called the Aftermath. It would arrive at 4:20 PM and stop moving. At 7, the golden cube would levitate into the air and begin to shoot electricity into the water below. The other cubes would then make their way towards the center. In total, the golden cube rolled 278 times before arriving at the middle of the island. While all these cubes were rolling around, they were causing corruption to be left behind them. Corruption trails would be spread across the map as the cubes rolled. While they were rolling around, however, 2 other things were happening. The first is that a war effort was set up by JB Chimpanski. Donation stations were set up around the island and would eventually fund turret stations, new weapons, and more. The second thing that was happening is that the Imagined Order were going around the map in their convoy, studying the cube movements, as well as collecting alien technology. These were being tracked around the map as well. I'm not going to go into detail on how they were tracked or where they were tracked. I'm just going to show some screenshots of where they went, but they loosely followed all 6 cubes and their pathing. Eventually, Dr. Sloan and the IO convoy arrive at the redacted bunker, where they open up the IO staging facility. This is the same bunker that was sealed since the start of the entire chapter, and it had finally been opened. conversion. Roughly around the same time Io got to the bunker, all of the cubes began to converge in the middle, and would form a mysterious structure known as the Convergence. With this, the Cube Queen would finally show herself and surround herself in an invincible bubble similar to what happened with the Ice King, all the way back in Chapter 1, Season 7. Week by week, the Convergence would begin to grow, develop, and spread across the entire middle of the island, expanding upwards and outwards, which start to resemble a blocky structure, while the outskirts will be messy and somewhat chaotic in nature. Over the weeks it would keep evolving, and the Convergence would transform into the Pyramid. During the transformation into the Pyramid, the corruption began to spread outwards at an accelerated yet alarming rate. To counteract this, a fortress named the Guava Fort was beginning to be built, and the countdown to the end was nigh. Missile silos would be spotted across the island, and bunkers would be able to protect the islanders. This was implied to be a forward-facing assault against the Cube Queen.
Watch it all fall! Watch it all fall! Watch it all fall!
As a last line of defense, the blue cube had teleported to the Guava Fort and projected a large blue shield to protect everyone. This was the end, and the Cube Queen wasn't going to finish without a fight, and would invade the Guava Fort with cube monsters. With the Convergence complete, the Cube Queen prepares her endgame for the island, and nothing will remain. This was a once-in-a-lifetime event to battle for your legacy. The assault of cube monsters were fought off, and the Cube Queen was ready to awaken.
to escape craft.
All imagined order personnel to escape craft.
Wake him up. You just had to be the hero, Jones. You know what happens to heroes?
They, live to fight another day?
Not this time. Do it.
No, don't do it, don't.
This isn't personal, Jones. Although I do plan to enjoy it. Would someone see what that is? Impossible. I watched you die.
I got over it.
You came back for me.
You promised me Jeno.
Well, love you too, buddy. Okay, so what's the plan? Great plan.
Shoot anyone who tries to stop me.
Tries to stop you from what?
Taking us to the other side.
What? Oh, I am keeping this.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Could you maybe speed it up?
You want faster? Go.
How is this not helping?
Main console, gyro system, disable it.
On it! How do I do that?
Figure it out!
Figure it out, he said. Oh, got it. Whoa!
It's done. Initiate phase 2.
Looper spotted. That is our way in. Hold them off. All right, everyone, fall back. Area secured. See you on the other side. Everyone follow me to the bridge. We'll be safe there. It's fun to run for your life, huh? Great cardio. Let me get the door.
Warning. Rotation at 5 degrees.
Let's move, everyone. Whoa! Oh, this is nuts.
Warning. Rotation at 15 degrees.
Don't worry, guys. I'll move the bus by myself. It's right up here, and I will give you a water break soon. Heads up! I know another way.
Guys!
What a day, am I right? Careful, edges are hot.
Warning. Rotation at 30 degrees.
This is the epicenter of the island, you guys. We're safe here.
Warning. Rotation at 45 degrees.
That's the last one! We did it!
Where's my gun?
Okay, I may have dropped it in the 0 point.
Why does she make me keep saving you? Good, you made it. And you brought the loopers.
The surface is lost, but we should be safe here.
Warning. Rotation at 60 degrees.
You call this safe?
It'll hold. It's rated for 1,000 times atmospheric pressure.
Well, what about that?
Get ready to swim!
So here we are. We've reached the end of another chapter. This took a lot of effort, way more than the first one. I feel like I couldn't even top the first one, but here I am after just the end of it all, thinking, wow, this is definitely a lot better than my first lore video. I made the first one 2 years ago, and I didn't have any intention of covering Chapter 2 lore, but the amazing success that that video had caused me to buck up and get ready for the end of the season and make a Chapter 2 lore video. It ended up being longer this time around, even though it was shorter, because I did a lot more research into the lore and sort of the metaverse this time. And simply because there was a lot of lore that was spilled in this chapter. Honestly, it was a lot because I haven't played Fortnite in a while. I will be honest. The last time I properly sat down and played Fortnite was during Chapter 2, Season 2. I quit midway through the season because, honestly, it's just not my type of game anymore. That isn't to say that I've been back and forth throughout the seasons in dribs and drabs, but I haven't sat down and properly played it, properly done like a battle pass grind since then. And honestly, it's because the game has changed so much, and it's not the fact that it hasn't changed in a good way. It's just the fact that I just don't like the game anymore. I do and don't like it for different reasons, but just the Battle Royale concept just isn't appealing to me anymore. And that isn't to say that the game is bad, because I love this game's lore. It's just the fact that Battle Royale is just sort of not a thing that I like anymore. With that being said, however, this game is really, really good. A lot of people don't like it because of the toxic fan base, and I get that. But if you look past all of the people, all of the 10-year-olds, you will find a genuinely good game with a gripping story. To those of you who've made it this far, I just want to go into sort of deep territory here. A lot of stuff I didn't really cover, and that was because I didn't think it was necessary. For example, we had the Travis Scott Astronomical Concert, which was really, really cool, but didn't really tie into plot points a lot. There was also a few other events here and there, like a Star Wars event, but those are just like tie-ins and crossovers. If you did make it this far, however, comment down below. I flipped the video because, you know, Fortnite flipped and that. As for Chapter 3, who knows what will hold. It's out now. I wasn't expecting it to be out now, but Epic released the season a day early, and I had a power cut, so I couldn't broadcast the live event. The original sort of idea for this SP Original was to have this whole video done and then cut to a live reaction of the event as it happened. Unfortunately, this couldn't happen because of technical constraints and because that I had a power cut which rendered my entire street without power throughout the entire event and hours into the night. So I'm really, really sorry about that. I always try and go above and beyond for SP Originals, but that's something that I couldn't do. However, with that being said, I still think that this is a phenomenal video that I've made, not to toot my own horn. It's way longer and way better structured than the first video. The first video does have its ups and downs, but I overall did prefer making this video. And it took less time than this video because I kind of had to rush because all of the leaks and stuff like that. I did try and get this done so quickly. So if I did gloss over anything, let me know down in the comments. I probably have forgotten anything or probably got something wrong. And at the end of the day, the Fortnite lore is something that you should make up by yourself because it's a game about creativity and the lore can take you anywhere. What I've said right now is my side of the lore and most of the community's lore. But there are other people who have their own theories about the loop, about the Seven, about the bridge, about the Foundation, and just about everything. this metaverse has to offer. As for future stuff on the channel, there will be one more video before Christmas. It is going to be shouting out Twitch streamers again. I am going to be giving our money away, but who knows what I'm going to be doing? Who knows who I'm going to give it to? But I will lead you along the direction of one of my friends who've just started streaming. Her name is Neff. Can we get her to affiliate by the end of the year? Who knows? I'll drop the link in the description. Go follow her. I thought I would shout her out because she's done a lot for me. Not so much in this video, but just a lot of IRL stuff. She's been there and just been a real one. So I thought I'd return the favor with a little shout out. And yeah. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.